Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and got a good one for you today. Walking on the island. This house has been for sale for a while, and gonna see a lot more of that where houses don't sell. Over 3 million buckaroos for this place. That's towards the street, doesn't get a lot of sun. They won't be asking me to do a commercial for it, I'll tell you that. Anyways, this is where it pops, guys. This is right where everything collapses, and this is it. This is the beginning of it, and there's so much to cover today. But before I get into it, please like the video, please comment on the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, which I will cover later. First things first, it's earnings seasons, especially for the banks right now. And the banks are coming out and they're telling us how great they're doing. Don't be alarmed. Don't be concerned. It's not that time yet. You don't need to get worried yet, even though, Goldman Sachs, their earnings went down 58% this quarter. We didn't think it would be that bad, but it's much worse than we thought. So David Solomon, the CEO, yeah, we anticipated that it would be off, but not this much. You know what? That's the thing. You run the company. You know where things are at. Don't sell us that nonsense. I also am one of these people that believes that public companies come out and give an estimate of like, we think we're going to earn X, and then it comes out and it's this much higher, so they look better and the stock pops and everybody's patting each other on the back and they knew exactly what they're going to make. But when things are bad, they know how bad it is. That's what I think. Oh, wow, you guys did the numbers and this is where it came in at? Yeah, I was getting a facial while you guys are doing that. So, Mr. Solomon was kind of preoccupied, whatever, okay? The problem that you're seeing is all of these banks have the same story, the exact same story, is that they're having losses, loan losses, especially in the commercial real estate area. So JP Morgan, they fleeced and took over First Republic Bank. We talked about that, earlier in the week, and how they made a profit exactly, by, robbing that bank, in my opinion. So get rid of that, and they wouldn't be making nearly as much money as they're claiming. Step forward to Bank of America, who had losses, and it all stems from the commercial loans. Oh, yeah, commercial loans. Yeah, those are going down. The other problem is Wells Fargo, commercial loans going down, dropping like a stone, guys. All of these banks have put together a war chest for losses. Think about this. We're going to have loans go bad. We're going to have people not pay us. Bank of America, they put together $847 million for a quarter, 1 quarter. That's to cover losses and for people not paying us. $847 million. Wells Fargo, over $900 million to cover losses for their commercial real estate loans. And then, JP Morgan, they're doing great. Remember, they made money, and you guys are all idiots, and, he's going to be president someday. A man of the people, Jamie Dimon. Well, they put aside $1.1 billion, and it's great. There's all these articles below that cover this. The point of this is that you have to look at, this is the severity. This is the most severe thing going on right now, is the commercial real estate loan. This is what's going to start the complete and utter collapse of everything. And my friend Doug, I'm going to go to another foreclosure auction again today, is getting busier and busier and busier week to week to week. Why is that? Why is it that now he's starting to post restaurants? He's starting to post businesses, legacy businesses, where people have owned the business, 30, 40 years. Now the idiot kids are running it over the parents that started the place and can't make money. And now they're starting to get foreclosed upon. The banks have had enough right now. So you need to go out and you need to understand that this is only going to get worse right now. And you need to get your finances in order now more than ever. Mark Benioff is the CEO of Salesforce. I've always thought this guy was a tool. Okay, I just did. I just thought he was just a, just just a fat cat, and fat. Did I say that? Anyways, I just thought he was a blowhard. Okay. Well, guess what? Now he steps forward and says, we got a real problem here in San Francisco, and that this city is doomed right now, and people need to look at this. Yes, it is. And he's also the largest employer in San Francisco. They have floors in the tallest high-rise. You can read the article below. It's fantastic. They've got floors of office space. They have the downtown areas that are completely destroyed. Now, his article and his sentiment with the mayor, London Breed, and how she needs to do something and get more police and get more crime and have people pay a price for doing wrong is got to be dealt with. But nobody's dealing with that. But you also have to deal with a community. You have to deal with people traveling to different places. Now, you're seeing, you know, innovation change things as far as jobs. There is a woman, Emily Hanley, article below, about how she lost her job. Took 3 months to find a job, and she finally had to take something completely menial, which I'll get into in a second. But she was a copywriter and would write ads, would write articles, would write blog posts and things like that. ChatGPT does all that really quick. And you don't need to have people hired to do this. And they're not going to pay extra to have somebody come up with copy, someone come up for blog posts. I remember people reaching out to me a few years ago, and they would do the blog posts, they would write, and it would be hundreds of dollars for each one. Okay, but we get a guarantee. You're going to pay us $6,000, and we'll guarantee we'll guarantee the amount of views. We'll guarantee the word count and everything. You can do that with ChatGPT literally in 2 minutes, and it'll write it for you like nothing. So she realized that this ChatGPT, which is the AI program, put her out of a job. Okay, so once that was done, you know, she had to look, and she couldn't find anything, and nobody would pay for what she went to school for, what she learned. Couldn't do it. So now she's working at a menial job where she passes out food samples, probably at Costco or Sam's Club or some other wholesale place like that, it sounds like. But you can read the article below on that. But here's what I want to get into in regards to that is people, when they have a hiccup in their lives and everything falls apart, everybody's convinced, oh, okay, this is so beneath me. Why would I want to be a barista at Starbucks? Why would I do this? It's not this job does not define you as a person. And, you know, 15 years ago, when I had some difficulty in my own financial life, you know, I was still the same person I am today. I'm better educated today. But what I went through and who I was didn't change the fact that I had to take a job for a lot less money, under my skill level, for people that were idiots, and I just had to do it, okay? Because I needed this thing called eating to do that, and I needed to get by and pay my rent. And so many people don't want to do that, and they don't want to, you know, I'm just not going to work until it's better. This is what was wrong with all these people quitting their jobs. They hated working for these kids, and it was terrible, Dan, and I'm not going to take orders from these people. Why would I want to do this? And now these people are trying to get back in the workforce and can't get back in the workforce. So Mr. Benioff is talking about all this downtown space, and this goes along with another article out there, and that commercial real estate is going to destroy communities. He thinks that San Francisco will never be the same because of what's happened. You have a Walgreens, talked about this yesterday, the video's out, where they chained everything. They get robbed 20 times a day for pizzas and frozen food and things like that. The homeless and those idiots just come in there and steal with no repercussions to them. Why? Why would they have any consequences for this? So with that, you've got to work on how you're going to improve the downtown area, how you're going to make it so that people can travel there and purchase things. And again, spend money at lunch, spend money for coffee, spend money to get the dry cleaning done. And you need, in a downtown area, you need people, you need workers, and you need them to interact in the downtown area. Why? But I'm telling you this, guys, why would you ever go to San Francisco again? Why would you ever go to New York City again? So, Super 8 Motel, I believe that's if I get it wrong, I'll correct myself in a little bit, in New York State, kicked all the people that had paid out of the hotel. You guys all have to leave because we have to give these up to the migrants and that are coming in to live in the hotel. They're paying people. Some people are on vacation. Some people are traveling from a very long distance, and you don't matter. Goodbye. So this is upside downville, guys. It really is. It really, really is. But when you look at all of the problems with the commercial real estate, that's going to be the thing. This is it right now. And take it from me. I have a friend who has his hand on the pulse. And this is patients getting sicker by the day, and you're having more and more problems as we get through this. And all of these banks, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, everybody's putting together a side pot for losses. Some don't have commercial real estate. Some just have investments and loans and things like that. And guess what? People are not paying like they used to. You're seeing corporate bankruptcies go through the roof as well, and I'll cover that in a little bit. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. You know, one thing that I have preached for years now is financial education, and get yourself ready for what's coming. The best thing that you can do is you can look at preparing your retirement with physical metals. The best place to do that is Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431. They will give you a free investor guide. They are #1 rated with Consumer Affairs, but you have to look at the precarious state that the stock market's in, the precarious state that these banks are in. You may work for a company that you're a member of their 401k and it may be dropping like a rock. You need to protect yourself. And the best thing to do is physical metals. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Let them know that I allegedly sent you, but do this now before it's too late. It's absolutely no obligation. Find out how a IRA or 401k with physical metals can make a big difference. Now, there are warning signs with the economy. There's a man, Richard Cooper, who is a bankruptcy attorney. And this is not, this is not the guy that's handling, the smallest of people. He handles huge companies. And he works with Clearly Gottlieb, but he says he's the early barometer for what's going on in the economy. And his phone is ringing off the hook right now. Okay? Now, first things first, $500 billion worth of debt out there that corporations cannot pay. And this man says that you're going to see defaults. No, you're going to see a lot of defaults right now. You're going to see these people face bankruptcy like we've never seen it before. Again, what we're going to experience is beyond 2008, guys. But what's going to happen is the lie that we're going to be told. Dan's gloom and doom. You know what's great is that when I did go to my reunion, I had so many people say, wow, I really got my finances in order, Dan. That was fantastic. I really took a look at everything, got rid of the extra debt and things like that. So clearly some people pay attention to this. But if you think that everything's just going to go status quo and that you're going to see interest rates drop to 2% again, you are delusional. Okay? Because Mr. Cooper, Richard Cooper, from Clearly Gottlieb, who's a bankruptcy attorney for high-end net worth individuals and net worth companies, he's getting everybody ready. And what they're doing right now, well, how come we don't see the bankruptcies, Dan? Because what Mr. Cooper does is, listen, if you retain us, we're going to give you the strategy to set this up. So companies that are 90 days, 120 days, 4 months out from filing BK, this guy will get them in order so that everything's done, so nobody goes to jail, and so that they can write these debts off and make it just a clear package of doom for their employees, for their creditors, and for everybody else. They will just be out of business and think nothing of it. That's what this guy's going to set up. Now, flash back here, and you've got Minnesota's largest mall, outdoor mall, Crossroads Mall, is facing bankruptcy right now. They've gone in and out of problems trying to get tenants. And again, one of the largest malls outside the Twin Cities is going to go down for the count. Okay? Hello. It's the beginning of this. It's not simple. It's not status quo. It's just the beginning of the problem is right now. Retail, we've all talked about that, how bad it is and how the problems are. But when you have malls that have 60, 80, 90% vacancy rate, how do you make up for that? And again, if somebody is on crack and they want to go rent a storefront, what makes you think people are going to walk by your store to buy anything? And then you've got to staff it and you've got to do the numbers on it. The one thing I get a kick out of when I sit down and talk to people about their business, clients and things like that, tell me how much money you guys make. Tell me your profit margin. Oh, we'll take some jobs and we'll sell them and only make a few $100 here and there. And I explain to them on a napkin how they are losing money when they do that. Oh, well, I just thought I was making $1,000 profit. Okay, well, yeah, you've got your rent, you've got your phones, you've got your employees, you have your insurance, you have everything else that goes into, even the paper that you're writing your bids on. Okay, there's an expense to. Oh, I never thought about that. That's why you're losing money, dude. But people don't do this, and they need to do it more often. So, think of the problems we're going to have September, October, November. It's going to be bleak, guys. Get ready. So share your thoughts on this stuff. I hate getting overcharged for anything. 50 cents drives me crazy if I'm not supposed to be charged for it. John sent me a great story about T-Mobile now has a new fee. And I'm like, oh, John, I've seen this before. It's a service fee to speak to someone. No, it's a cash fee. If you want to pay cash at T-Mobile right now, they're going to charge you $5 to pay cash as a service charge. Now, yes, that's criminal and it's ridiculous, but the idea is to have you go digital and pay digitally. No. Okay? No, it's ridiculous. Scott sent something over that was very cool, and that we've talked about cars and stuff lately and on the channel. He sent over a Mustang price guide on how Mustangs have been priced through the years and what they were when they were brand new, and basically, like an Edmunds type click link that you can take a look at below, and it shows you how much the Mustangs were when they were, in 1965 and $2,700 and on up to their value today. It's pretty cool. So thank you guys for sending me both of those. But that's insane. That's insane. Now, I got sent to me something that was very serious, and Chat GPT has an evil stepbrother, and it's called Worm GPT, and this is a hacking program that goes through, steals your photos, steals your bank information and your passcodes through like Chat GPT, but through Worm GPT. Now, the way to solve that, we've talked about this before, guys, is the VPN. The one I use, Private Internet Access, I'll leave the link below. But what this does without any hardware is it will protect you from nefarious things like this. And again, this is happening all over the place. What would happen if you lost all your photos? Okay? It'd be devastating. That's why I back all the stuff up. All my stupid videos are all backed up in multiple places. And I don't have to worry about it because I'm constantly on the VPN. Click one button and it's done. But check out Private Internet Access. It's 83% off. Use the link below. So, crazy, okay? A lot of stories about San Francisco today. Another one, Tempo Automation. They just laid off 50% of their employees so that they could remain profitable. Just down to a handful of people, and the CEO, they make circuit boards and they're concerned that they may not survive, so they had to lay everybody off. Once again, this is because the economy is so good. Everything is so great. Do yourself a favor. Just get your finances in order. Look at everything. Look at what you can do to trim things and get rid of things that you don't need. And again, I always tell people, what would happen if you lost your job? I have had so many people, you don't understand. I'm this, I'm that with crime. I've been a nurse for this long. I've done this, I've done that. And then they lose their job and they're shocked. And again, I have other people that say, my wife and I sat down and we discussed what would happen if we lost everything. What would we do if we were instantly without an income? What would we do? And nobody wants to look at that, but that's the difference of survival. People that don't want to talk about this stuff, those are doomed to fail when things happen. So remember, when things are good and it's easy, everything's great. When the economy's great and you're making money hand over fist, you're a genius. Don't ever forget that. The real genius is the people that get through the difficult times. Remember that, because I have learned more from failing than I ever did from winning. And I've learned more from advertising with no money. I should write a book on that, advertising with no money, on how to do that and be creative to get yourself leads and to get yourself sales and to work through this. Nobody wants to do that. People just want to sit there and throw money out there and watch what happens. And when you hear about these huge companies that are having nothing but problems right now, look at that, okay? Look at it right now and take it seriously. When Salesforce is a decent program, you know, as far as a CRM. There's ones that I like better, but when they're down and they have issues, that should tell you about something. You need to keep track of your leads. You need to keep track of your customers. And for a company like that to be having issues, there's something going on right now. Here's a few business news stories that are food related. First one is Nico's Japanese Steakhouse out of Florida. They were closed on July 7th. And they had a little bit of an issue where they had drugs in their sushi and in their food. And people got sick. So, you know, people, clearly the bento box had a bonus. You know what I mean? So, okay. So, once again, anybody ever been sickened by anything really crazy? I mean, we've all gotten food poisoning at one time or another. And the older I get, my stomach is just much more resilient to that. I don't think it's resilient to drugs, because that's just not someplace I'm going to be eating at anytime soon, but that's insane. Speaking of resiliency, how about Hostess Ding Dongs? You know the Ding Dongs? Well, sales are off, so they wanted to do something different to spice it up. So they did a mashup where they took a Ding Dong and made the filling a Twinkie. Does that sound healthy? That's great. So Ding Dongs that are wrapped around a Twinkie. The story is below. Oh, man. Just, you know what you should do, okay? You just take the Ding Dong and just pat it to your side. And just, the more you pad, that's how much weight you'll gain. When you do that, you'll just be, you know, oh, wow, Jennifer, your waistline's growing. Yeah, I eating the new Ding Dong that's wrapped around a Twinkie, okay? So, again, my agent's like, oh, don't say this. I won't be offered a sponsorship for that. Anyways, final thing is good old Domino's Pizza. Guess what? Domino's on their app now, you can order pizza and have it delivered randomly to an intersection or a park, or, you know, a park bench or a bus bench, wherever you're living at. So you guys saw the last video, and I had to trim some of that out because of people getting upset walking around the homeless encampments. But imagine now they will deliver to the homeless encampments. Isn't that just a recipe for a robbery? But that's negative. Okay, people need, you know, they need the meat lovers. I think that's Pizza Hut. Anyways, you know, so share your thoughts, guys. It's backwards land, and they can deliver pizza there. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And the first one is Apple. Apple just announced that they're going to have a Chat GPT type program for Apple products that'll be built onto the iPhones, the iPads, and your computer, and their stock value jumped $60 billion in seconds as a result of, hey, this is something we're working on. Not we have it. It's like, you know, we're going to have a flying car soon. Might as well have been that. Stock shot up $60 billion. There was a story I covered right around the first of the year about a super fan for the Kansas City Chiefs called the Chiefsaholic. This guy went to every single Chiefs games dressed in this wild outfit, and he was a super fan, Chiefsaholic. Well, this degenerate was accused of robbing banks. Xavier Babadar. I just like saying that guy's name, Xavier Babadar. Anyways, he was out because they accused him of crime, and he escaped, and he, was let out of custody and took off and fled. Guess what? Fled here to California and got arrested robbing another bank. And now he's a suspect in all these other bank robberies right now. So this guy clearly, that's how he financed everything, was robbing banks. Isn't that great? So Absolutely crazy. So super fun. Next time you see one of those guys, you're gonna go, oh, I wonder if that guy's a bank robber. Like you see like somebody at like a Mets game or basketball or anything like that. So Chief Saholic was a bank robber and is a bank robber. Okay, finally got arrested again. Final story is Japan wants to use technology that would deter pre-crime. In other words, tendencies that you have that would make you a criminal, and they want to stop that. Okay, that sounds fair, doesn't it? Why don't they do it here in California? Why don't we start here first? And why don't you just, you know what? Reach out to hello@iAllegedly, and I'll give you guys some city recommendations of things I've seen firsthand of where they can work on pre-crime. But once again, the man is coming, and the man is going to watch you, and it's going to start in Japan, it looks like. So please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Send me all your wonderful ideas to hello@iallegedly.com. Be specific. Don't just send links and things like that my people will not forward to anybody on the planet Earth. But be specific, kind, and straightforward. Please like, subscribe, always. Don't forget to join the email list. The email list is below. And everybody got their Christmas and May stuff mailed out via priority mail. Cost me a boatload of money to do that. Priority mail is expensive. I will see you guys very soon.